Hey, welcome to more of the Sam and Max Devil's Playhouse commentary. This is for episode 4. I'm Chuck Jordan, the season designer.
Mike Stemmle, co-designer on this episode and writer.
Joe Pinney, I helped out with the design of this episode.
Andrew Langley is content programmer for this episode.
Dennis Lenart, lead cinematic artist, and also destroying my life by being director at the same time.
Sucker. And Stinky is throwing huge plates. Oh
They're
my
massive.
god.
They're like cake plates.
Yeah.
Which fits.
You better tell them that.
Yep, Maya's cutscene here,
Very
which
cool.
turned out really cool.
Makes me scared.
Yes, I am scared of three-quarter naked Sams coming to me, chasing me in their underwear.
I'm not sure
Scared of
that's
their
physically
underwear.
possible. But
What horrible truths.
And I almost, when this episode was released, I was thinking about, we're wearing suits, and I was thinking about getting some gold in my fabric to put on the outside as
Yes.
and then realized that would be humiliating.
Dennis, this narrator head was your idea, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a sequel.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, I
this-
think I
I
don't remember.
don't know.
I remember it was described to me, and I thought it was a crappy idea. Or I just couldn't envision it, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
To reveal the awful secrets that lie
I think it was I was told we couldn't have any, like we couldn't keep doing body animation with them. So it was just like floating heads.
Bob Keeshan. I always wanted to get a Captain Kangaroo reference.
I could attach to that title, and I think it made a little bit more sense early on. Because I think, like, the very first draft of this story, you were going to be going back around
The alley.
there was the alley behind Stinky's, and that's how you get into the kitchen.
Instead, it was just an excuse for me to get a few Roger Ebert jokes in at the end of the episode.
I gotta say that the staging of this opening cutscene is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like, it's very like, sort of, I like the one shot, it's like opening of Third Man or Boogie Nights or something.
That's what it
Yeah.
actually exactly was. When we started out, I I basically was just telling Maya, so I was like, okay, this cutscene has to sell the entire game, and he'd never
and there's
seen
a heck of a lot of talking, so...
Yeah, and I basically was just like, oh man, it's this one-shot thing like Boogie Nights, and he'd never seen Boogie Nights, so that night we went home.
And
He
did it
came over to
scar
my
him
house,
for
Yeah.
we
life?
watched it.
I like
And
to
then
picture
one-
you and alone in your apartment watching Boogie Nights
Nights
together.
together.
That's an amazing visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is one we definitely wondered early on was Grandpa Stinky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going
Fight so hard
medieval.
for
Got the iron.
And in this episode, we ran the Sam is fat jokes right under the ground.
Yep.
I don't think he's that fat. I don't
No,
I
that
don't
was
know. That makes me
that's
feel
the
bad.
point.
Yeah.
I could never tell.
Whoa, ease off, big fella. I'm pretty upset about the Zaptic crack, too, but that's no reason to go in.
Zafted Crack. That's a great name for a band.
Yeah, I know early on we worked really hard on this, trying to get the whole like zombies idea, clones, whatever, breaking in to the diner and make it feel all claustrophobic,
I think we
which came out well.
explored trying to get the jukebox to be playing inappropriate music a la Shaun of the Dead. We just never really make it work,
yeah.
unfortunately. It's too bad.
Escape this gorilla-forsaken rock, blast it from orbit, and then move on. Conquer the rest of the entire galaxy.
The rest of the entire galaxy. That's what you call some deathless writing there.
Although I remember in the playtest, it was unanimous that everyone was like, "Oh man, the writer of this episode is so much better than the writer of the previous episode." You were like, "I outwrote myself."
And then you hit them in the face. It was
It took
awkward.
me an entire episode to figure out how to write Sam and Max again. And I got the easy psychic power. None of this rhinoplastying
Yeah.
stuff. Mind reading.
Watching them argue is
You know, I was very close to putting in an Easter egg of a peanut butter jelly time Easter egg. When you ate peanut, I'm glad I didn't.
Thank you for not doing that.
I wasn't going to tell
There
you.
are already enough Easter eggs in this episode that I had no idea were going in.
That's what we call value.
I thought it was just one.
No.
This whole moment
should talk about
between
this.
Sam and Clone Sam, was that scripted or was that?
No, that
added?
was something that suddenly showed up one day, and I had to like beat it back with a stick to keep it from lasting for like 20 minutes.
It was
but-
extremely creepy and it's very long form though. I will
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too.
I think Mice did a good job though.
What is Girl Stinky
Yeah.
doing down here?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew it would work once we did it sort of as a. I think remember we were Mice and I were just like screwing around with ideas, and I was like, oh man, maybe there's another one there, and we put it in, and then he sort of did this whole bit right here, and everyone that saw it just cracked up.
Yeah.
So we figured like, okay, well, let's try to keep something reminiscent of this in, but not have it be 10 minutes.
The fact that there's no audio is good.
Yeah.
Also, like previous episode of Jacketless Sam, Hatless Sam was
Yep.
did require work. I don't know. Did we ever fix his idol to where he would adjust his hat even though he wasn't wearing his hat anymore?
Yeah, we took that out.
That's too bad. Because I actually thought that was funny because it's like
Yeah.
if you stop wearing glasses, you find yourself still adjusting your glasses that you aren't wearing anymore.
That's true.
Toys. That's true.
Yeah, that was
Max, who apparently is
Floating in.
don't worry about that. The music in this scene
Oh,
is
so good.
wonderful.
Should we talk about who did the environment? It's like concept art by. Oh, we got to talk about this.
Yeah. Andrew. it's all you.
God. All right. So yeah, we'd done the Team Fortress 2 promotion with Valve and sort of ran the idea by like, hey, maybe we can put something of yours in our game, and then we sort of ran with it and put the dispenser in this game, and then Nick Herman did a funny joke of bringing back the Benang to the Team Fortress 2 dispenser, and it was pretty cool. A lot of us are big Team Fortress 2 fans. I'm
Yeah,
not
there
sure
was
if
a-
anybody else cared on the team.
There was a Benang reference in 301, but it got cut to everyone's chagrin.
Well, I think it was the only people that liked it was QA. I remember, like, we never liked it. I remember from day one you were just like, it's dumb, we should cut it.
Yeah.
I do want to call out who did the environment for that model. Does anybody know?
Which one?
The
This one
clone
here?
chamber.
Oh, Brian.
Brian,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brian. Totally awesome.
Sweet fellow.
Come on. You're not
Been a reveal we've been setting up for a while. We knew early on we wanted this.
No comprehend. Hey, Sam, there's a guy in here.
The animation
Creepy alien
on
head.
Yes.
Norrington is really good.
Nice annoying.
Impressed. Most humans are driven incurably insane by the mere glimpse of my
I
unspeakable
liked all
visage.
the speculation on who Dr. Norrington was.
Visages in our convention swag.
So you were the mysterious Dr. Norrington?
A lot of people figured out he was Yog Sagoth, but not too many people figured out. No one figured out he was stuck inside paperweight.
Yeah.
I think this is a slightly different version of the paperweight model with a giant hole punched in the middle of him.
Nearly as shocking as
Yeah.
the
Squid head sticking out.
I just remember all the eyes at the top of his head, or the little white things with dots. Like all the back and forth of like, those have to move. No, they
I
shouldn't.
was very
haven't
surprised
seen-
that we
Oh,
actually
yes.
got the visual of them
Yes.
ghostwriting the DeSoto.
We just took the cutaway Jake built for 303. And,
Wow, that must have gotten in very last minute because I've never seen that.
yeah, that's awesome.
I love this scene.
Sam.
Yeah.
My stamp collection.
Yeah.
His impression of Uncle Morty.
This was Casey Haggis. I was pronounced his last name wrong.
Of the stamp
Sort of his first really big scene that we just kind of threw him in. And yeah, I think it turned out really well.
Yes.
And that's weird.
This is also the point at which we gave up all pretense of Mama Bosco's lab not being haunted.
This music bit here seems eyes wide shut inspired.
Well, there was that.
It
Yes.
was totally.
Yeah.
Thanks for the rescue, boys.
Mama Bosco, what happened to you?
I don't know. I was looking into all these rampant Hello. When all of a sudden, my
Mike, you should
spirit
talk about the
crawling through all
the
sorts of
exit
nightmarish
of Harry Molman
dimensions.
here.
If you're saying
Oh.
it's
And what is the
related
script?
to
What did the
this
script
plane of
say when he
existence,
leaves?
I'm
Never to be seen again.
Yeah.
It seems that
We
the
had grown
boundaries
sick of
between
Harry
realities are
Molman.
Yeah.
different. I'd best alert my superiors.
Episode 2 was just tons of moles.
Yeah.
Of course you are, sir.
And Super Bowl continues to be enigmatic, and we won't ever explain him.
He's like our G-man.
Is he a G-man? Is he a man? Good night, Harry.
That is great. I
Yeah.
don't know who did that, but that's
That was
awesome.
Casey.
That's Casey. That's sweet.
Yes.
Oh, so good. Sorry, this is
And a bunch of doppelgangers.
Torsten did this really awesome thing, which is probably the best in-tool animation.
Was this also not scripted?
This was mostly scripted.
Oh, I keep trying to take away credit from you.
This is pretty much what we knew.
That was awfully convenient.
I just wanted Hat Clone driving the
Well,
the car, and then
yeah.
this whole bit.
Yeah, that moment.
Sam?
And I just love the music. because we didn't have any budget for it, and I was trying to like get this moment in somehow, and making Hat Clone awesome and being all like basically taking over Sam's personality. Oh crap!
Yeah,
And here we
speaking
go.
of scenes that were not in the game.
I wash my hands of this.
Yeah.
I just,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, this was one of those. I was like, I always thought from day one, I was like, I just want to know, why doesn't Sam ever try to use the golden shorts? And Mike was like, we can't have it in a puzzle. We can't have it affect the outcome of the game. So it became a little Easter egg. Oh, your other criteria was it had to be done at the very last minute when everything else was done.
Yes.
So Myas and I came in Sunday night before we shipped, and we were here till 6 a.m. creating this whole just ridiculous, what if Sam wore the golden shorts to try and fit in, or to try and do some sort of
He
disguise.
looks so demeaned.
Yeah. And then he ends up getting
Oh.
laughed at by by lots of hymns for being fat, which is sad. Torture.
This is a bizarre cutscene.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
seen this before.
Oh, you haven't? Oh,
No,
man.
I had because I think it came in after I'd finished
Yeah.
my work,
Yeah.
so I never saw it again.
And it's all in his head.
Ah,
That was how we
it's
got
just a
around the
dream.
whole.
what a twist!
And then he just walks off.
This environment, I think, we talked for a while about cutting it or something because
Yeah.
it was like, oh, we don't have time to build a docks environment,
Yeah.
and
There
then
you are,
it was
Mr.
built
S.
super on the cheap, but it ended up being
That
like
was
one
all-
of the coolest environments in a way.
And then
It
we
was-
here we finally reveal Mr. S to almost no one's surprise at this point.
Yeah, it's one thing to read about the scene on the page, and then to see it acted out loud is
Yeah.
insanely
Trust me, sweetie.
disturbing.
It's the
Yeah.
only way to
And I
get
remember Jeff doing the
everything you
animation
Yeah, it was
With,
gross.
with Sal and Sticky kissing. And I just remember everyone walking by his
Yeah.
desk all day and just
Yeah.
keeping, like, people would just be like, oh, and then a crowd would form and everyone
Yeah,
would
that's
get all
wrong.
curious.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
want. It's droopy and
And then they would
stiff.
run for the bathroom.
And then Myas adding that little bit where he just drops her.
You the same question.
Great.
Where? I was going to ask about biological compatibility issues.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
There's no point
Stinky
denying it
kisses
any
a dog and a
longer.
cockroach in
This
this
is where
episode.
Sal and I revel in our forbidden love.
Yeah, the forbidden love thing.
Is he wearing the? I didn't notice this till today, but his hat
It's different. It's a crate's hat.
Just
It's-
forbidden love.
That's just
crate.
great.
Yeah, the worst.
No, I think that's the best.
Where'd those come from?
Stinky and Salary are kind of oblivious.
Yes, master.
This blanked eyes was somehow difficult. It's one of those things that should not
Yeah.
have been difficult, but it ended up being
It looks like
a
neither
headache
Steve
for me. I
nor
don't know
Peggy's
why.
boyfriend are the master of
Kind of
the
a
cell.
disturbing crotch shot of Sal
On the
there.
downside, it appears that our icky and potentially murderous lover bird
Little something for the
are
ladies.
psychic thrall of our mysterious
Hey, look,
queen.
purple tentacles.
Man,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be the master when Sticky snaps out of it. She straight up hates thralls.
She straight up hates.
That cracks me up.
And,
Can I say I think I'm proud in a weird way that we may have had the first Avatar joke in a video game
Yes.
where he
Awesome.
references the can't get alien. What is
Can't
it?
get it. Can't
Oh,
get him.
can't get him.
Yeah,
I'm not proud.
I'm proud. I think
Right into the harbor.
I won't be proud in about a month. But
Yeah.
right now I'm very proud.
Who said that?
Hello, folks.
This
Oh, here's the big reveal.
there we go.
What was that?
Unless I miss my guess.
I wonder how many people actually guessed
Mysterious master
Oh,
of
the number of
none other than
people.
your Little dark dimensional puppet.
I knew it was evil.
Well, thankfully, like all evil dummies, Charlie's pretty much helpless without a host body.
Am I?
Like the Groucho Marx eyebrows.
Samar, Cesarum.
Kill it with fire, Max.
Oh, this is awesome. So we're basically trying to work in Hat Clone everywhere.
Nice.
And that animation was awesome that Jessica did. We basically were acting it out in front of her desk for a
I'm
while.
very proud that a lot of people online got the yank the cord.
A lot of people,
reference.
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't, which is strange. Like they, I forget what they thought it was a reference to, but then
Stinky was
yeah,
making out
people
with a
say
giant
nope.
cockroach.
Edward.
Then an evil ventriloquist dummy knocked us
Yeah,
out.
Edward
By the way,
Scissorhands?
it's Bella
Or-
Lugosi and Glenn or
Edward, sorry.
Glenda.
Yeah.
For those of you playing at home. I'm very the fight we had to get dozens of dancing Sams.
Yeah, it was a-
jumping into a torch. That was epic.
Way more naked Sam flesh
As
than
it
I'm comfortable with.
as it turns out, there's only really about 8 of them on the screen at a given time, and you wouldn't know it.
Yeah,
They're
it's all
they're
lots
all
of
sharing
tricks.
the same animations.
These are fake images.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dimension
It
I
was
think
fun,
I
though,
originally went around pitching this idea of the Busby Berkeley dance sequence with Sam Clones, but then I suspect that you had this in your head already anyway. You were just sort of being like, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we knew we wanted something quasi vaudevillian.
Yeah.
Roger L. Jackson, by the way, I cannot say enough about that guy's voice. Doing zipping from the weird high-pitched Charlie to the creepy low-pitched Charlie.
I didn't even know it was him.
Yeah, I mean,
So this is like,
I love this bit coming up.
yes, this is a pretty landmark moment here, which is like when you took control of Max before, it was always as a camera, and now you're actually moving as
Max.
With
no inventory. We carefully planned that. This
I love
is a
this part.
funny added bit. This was not in the original.
Yeah.
I remember when it was Myas who put that in.
Well, we were trying to figure out something to do, and I just said I was like, we have no ideas, just make him run into a wall. And I was joking, and then he did it, and then 10 minutes later came and grabbed me, and I was like, oh crap, that's actually really funny.
And everybody was like, it makes no sense at all, but keep it in.
Yeah.
Elder gods, when the walls tumble, you'll reign supreme.
Yeah, I remember the day of Mike and I trying to figure out dance moves.
Yeah.
For the clones was fun.
Yeah. We knew we wanted the Chuck Berry move with the duck block, and we wanted the Pete Townsend.
We ended up spending a lot of time refining the gameplay mechanics in this area too.
Yeah.
Troy the robot,
Yeah.
Mike's childhood.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am the atomic-powered robot. Please
robot-
give my best wishes to everybody.
That robot is sitting on your desk.
Yes.
Get back into the toy box where you belong, Charlie. You'll never be Junior's favorite.
Looks like the crowd's had just about enough of your guff pops. What do you say, everyone?
At what point in the writing of this season was it decided that Charlie Hotep was going to be the villain?
Charlie Hotep? That was pretty early, actually. We knew we wanted an evil ventriloquist dummy. Like, even a year before we started, we wanted an evil ventriloquist dummy.
There's one episode where the whole episode was them waiting for him to turn evil.
Yeah.
Because they knew that he was, because all ventriloquist dummies are.
I remember some early discussions. I thought the part of the idea for this episode was that the dimension, the void between the dark dimension and the current dimension were going to be sort of merging, and you were going to be sort of doing gameplay in between both.
Yeah.
And it was some cool stuff, but it was kind of ambitious.
Yeah, it was a little ambitious. As it is, we just go with the walls starting to tumble approach.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah. The thing that really slightly annoyed my wife about this episode that I was writing was it turned out to be a climactic fight between Charlie and Max, the names of our newborn twin children.
Interesting.
Yes.
So there's some subconscious something going on there.
We're setting so we know what our Halloween costumes are this year anyway.
I didn't see,
I'll call Child Protective Services when this is over.
I haven't seen online whether anybody got that Charlie Hotep was a reference to Nyarlathotep from
Nope.
the Cthulhu mythos.
Not
I
particularly.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so Jake definitely hooked up all the max uber power. It was actually Michael Peretta did a really quick effect first with just the time that was allotted, and ended up a bug happened that made it look like that, and then Jake basically said, I can do that.
Yeah. And this is all choreographed by Eric
Yep.
Parsons, who did a really, really good job.
Yeah.
I think his whole job was this whole sequence.
Dignity.
I remember he looked sad when he got the assignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it just,
Won't you?
I remember the thing I liked most about this, which was it seems like the end of the series.
Yeah.
And I
we
remember
get rid
people
of the toy box.
yeah,
and-
people in the playtest are like, I have no idea where you're gonna go after this, and it's like, good.
Yeah.
I love the look of the Statue of Liberty here too. Ryan did some awesome
Yeah.
concept art for this. Oh, revenge! I always wanted to punch him though.
Yeah.
Good job, Max. Max?
Just a minute.
In retrospect, even with Jake talking in 305, we'd kind of wish that we'd just left the hat away and then he got it back at the very end.
It's a season-wide arc. Again,
As
jeez.
seen in 303.
And 302.
were doing a thing here. Yep, that icky demon seed must have broken my fall.
And demon seed was really icky.
Says
If
you.
you've seen
I
it.
think I swallowed some of that dark dimensional demon yolk. Ugh.
Did it taste like chicken?
No. It was more like,
The succulent torments of the damned.
I love the flaming head effects.
Yeah.
Is that
That was
Mike
something-
Barretto did that?
Yeah.
And it's something we always wanted, we're paying off the notion that Max's head would eventually burst into flames because of his psychic powers.
so good, Sam.
I think Eric put in the first, like, it was supposed to be just be one blast, right, of his head, and then I think Eric did a first one.
This is so
I don't remember. Yeah. Crazy. And that always creeps me out every time. That's the scariest part of the whole series.
And then you guys did something just horribly evil here.
Well, that was my one thing with the episode is like all the puzzles, the whole script, everything I loved. And the one thing I just wanted to see more of was like the clones having like little Sam tendencies. So we made like Bunny clone.
Yeah.
Which like
I gotta
has this
add that
Max
Bunny
thing.
is from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah,
episode 3.
it was how to do it with no resources. So
Bunny clone. The fate of the bunny clone is just not nice. Oh,
He's in a better place now.
Australia.
Congratulations, my boy.
oh man.
Thanks to your valiant efforts, Sam and Max have eliminated the scourge.
Did we? I guess we didn't really get a good look at the monster. I think we were kind of trying to save that as much as we could for the next episode.
This is new.
When next we
Yeah.
He's kind of shrouded in a little bit of
of
darkness.
Sam, Max, reality, and perhaps your very sanity.
Yeah, it was a good setup though, just seeing him walk into the city at the end.
In the concluding chapter of The Devil's Playhouse.
Beautiful.
And that's for episode 4, so come back for episode 5.